Hey, people, it is a seemingly long-awaited episode 134. We skipped a week because I had a colonoscopy, which we talked about in the episode, and Sunday was the only day we could record, and that was the day I was fasting, so I was a monster. I was hangry all day, and I was not to be bothered, and I definitely didn't want to talk about pop culture. That said, though, this is also a long-awaited return of the flop, so we're all back together. It's the first time we've been fully hosted in it seems like months, at least weeks. So I hopefully you enjoy the episode, and the fact that I'm back to doing an intro means we are once again back to telling you who our sponsors are, and that would be the Beer Sauce Shop, located on 318 Mid Rivers Mall Drive. We were going to go check out the Hot Sauce Challenge, their hot sauce endurance competition, but the wife got sick after a day of doing adult stuff, or slightly adult stuff, not big, but something just didn't hit her right, so we didn't make it. But you should make it because they have thousands of beer SKUs since they've opened, and literally 500 plus on hand at any point in time. Same thing with craft whiskeys, except it's more like 25. They have thousands of sauces and rubs. They have like 8 or more beers on tap, I believe. Always something cooking. Check on Wednesday nights. There's beer school, barbecue school, whiskey school, bottle share. There's flavor uprisings like these competitions and the cook-offs and all this stuff. It's just worth going. It's like I said, it's 318 Mid Rivers Mall Drive. It's the Beer Sauce Shop. If you ever see us there, tell us what the name of the episode before was if I don't give you a question, and we'll buy you a beer. At least 5 of you, 5 people who can do that, will get a beer. Also, the bomber jackets. I know Alex is out there making it happen. He's been having a lot of deals this week, so you don't need our promo code because it's obsolete anyway. Just check him out. It's www.mybomberjackets.com. It'd be nice to hang out with him again and get him on the episode, like I always say, mainly because we meet up at a cool place and have some great beer. But, you know, it's what you're supposed to do, right? Anyway, here comes the episode. I think we got another That Year in Comics coming up a little quicker than normal, maybe in a week or two. And let me see if we got anything else going on. No, just normal stuff. So, yeah, here it comes. You're going to hear a bomb go off as soon as I stop talking. Hey, we are back, and I was just about to tell Tom where the We Are Back came from, because the first episode was never released because I fucked it up. So the first episode, part 2, I go, hey, we're back, and this time for real. You know,
and shtick.
Yeah, and it just stuck. I've answered that question one other time on a podcast, and that was on Mr. Johnny Applepex. Remember that podcast?
Yeah, what happened to that guy?
He fell off the face of the earth, man.
He's literally? Like,
no.
He's gone.
He flat earther, just walked to the edge?
Yeah. he willed himself into believing flat earth so much that he fell off the edge.
Maybe just like a big hill?
He's just living life, people.
Yeah, he just got a promotion at his job that caused him, and I don't know that his wife was too hip on the podcast. She really wanted him to do music because he used to front a band and be a DJ. And
we would go watch him play all the time.
Not we, but I never watched it.
I mean, me and Carrie. Yeah. Carrie's my cousin.
And then he ended up getting back into it, and I thought it was going somewhere, but he's yet to release anything. So
maybe like Thanos, he just kind of snapped and he's disappeared.
Did you watch it?
No. But you can't not see spoilers for it everywhere.
Yeah.
I don't know. I thought maybe you just were like, I'm going to dive right into the end.
Watch him backwards.
Mr. Bender, I don't feel so good.
Friend of the show and who has his own podcast, the Nerdcast, Jay, I retweeted he put out his definitive list of chronological order of the Marvel movies, including shorts and the TV shows and stuff.
Okay.
I think a lot of people have done it.
Yeah, I've seen that.
And it's a good list. I mean, his list seems sound, but it's not my thing, and here's why. It's too much work.
Oh, my God.
I mean, for you.
To watch all that, he said he watched Infinity War, and I think in the top of the article he goes, it made me want to go back and rewatch them, but I want to do it in chronological order. Hey,
that's a lot.
You got to give up a month.
Yeah.
Or more than a month of your family.
It's like 19 movies or 20 at this point or
Does
something.
Does that count
right?
S.H.I.E.L.D. and all that?
All of it. And
he's including that too?
TV shows and everything.
That's like 6 seasons.
Well, I bet he's not watching all the shows over, but that's
good for him.
Yeah, that's the iceberg that sank the Titanic right there, man. My family life would be grind to a halt.
Man.
Even if it was just films. My wife might leave me.
Although, sorry, honey, I got to watch this for the podcast. It's important.
This is research.
Yeah.
Isn't your primary job now making sure that there's no fights over Fortnite?
Oh, yeah. Now that
his primary job is to get our oldest to stop screaming at a high pitch.
No.
all the time.
While she's playing Fortnite because she gets scared.
I take it. I kick her off of it.
She gets scared.
Nah,
what?
People come out of nowhere.
It's fake. It's just being a teenage girl or borderline teenage girl.
Where do
Need some
these
attention.
bottles come from?
They've been up there for a while. You just
No.
don't pay attention.
No, that's
At
untrue.
At least 6 months.
That's
Yeah.
untrue because he had a tall bottle right here.
It's upstairs.
There was those
She,
two
of course,
were
is
behind
referring
the
to
bigger
my
one.
whiskeys. Hey,
Yes, we got one called Jefferson and one named after the first name of Adam Copeland, Sexton Hardcastle.
That's it. That's
a deep
right.
cut.
That
That's
is
a
a
deep
deep
cut.
wrestling cut. Only a few people are going to know that.
Yeah,
Hey,
I
but
was like,
speaking of
what?
that whiskey, let me drop a little bit of my colonoscopy on you guys.
I'd rather you
'cause,
didn't.
you know,
You
whiskey
didn't like
and-
bring any home, did you?
No,
Colonoscopy and whiskey.
Trust me,
they
I
go
left
hand in hand.
enough at home before I went for the colonoscopy.
Nice.
Everyone knows
You
that.
left a little at the doctor's office too.
Yeah, everyone knows that the day before the colonoscopy is the bad day because all you do for colonoscopy is show up, get pricked with the needle, fall asleep, and you wake up completely relaxed.
I at Bill Cosby's house.
Yeah, just like it, except violated. Well, actually, yeah, violated.
I was gonna say you were.
But so what?
Too soon.
And you have to do an all liquid diet and everything, and that day already sucks. Here's what you shouldn't do, and I'll give you firsthand knowledge of this.
Shouldn't
You
or shouldn't?
should not do. You should not get shit faced drunk the night before and no intention of getting drunk. What we did is we go out to eat. I think I'll have a couple of beers. So, but we're going to where we're going to go. We have to go pick up a couple of presents for our niece for her birthday. Mm-hmm. And I said, hey, we're here by the beer sauce shop. We haven't been in a little bit. Let's stop and get a beer. We stopped. She drank a beer. I drank 2 beers.
I
No,
drank a
she did not
vodka
drink a
water.
beer. Yeah, she drank a vodka water. I drank 2 beers.
Keto diet.
We then went to Barnes & Noble's to pick up the gift. We then went to Streets of St. Charles where we went to Mission Taco. And
Did you have to wait?
yeah.
no, it wasn't that bad at all. So we went. Our whole plan on this night was to go see Deadpool 2. So, and the only place where we could get good seats was at the
AMC.
the Warenberg in St. Charles, or the Marca, whatever,
On 94.
94, the one
That's
on
a good
First
one.
Capitol.
But now it's
Good one.
Marcus Cedars. It just throws me off.
So we go. So we go to Streets of St. Charles and we ordered our tacos. And I'm eating big because I can't eat all the next day. So I get 4 tacos. Whoa! I know. And they have a whiskey on the wall. I'm like, oh, that's a good whiskey. I think I'll get a double. So I get a double of that, and then I get a beer. And then I was like, man, there's 2 other whiskeys up on that wall I've never had. So I'll get a single because I don't want to be a
trying to
Be
pace yourself.
responsible, my
But I don't want to
friend.
get drunk because I'm going to have and so I get that one, and she decides that she's going to have one more. I said, well, if you have one more, I'll have another
At what point, Missy, did you start getting pissed at him?
double. No, she never got
No,
mad.
he was fine. I just thought it was odd that every beer he ordered, he also ordered a whiskey with it.
So then I ordered another whiskey. So I
So let's go back to that comment where he didn't set out to get drunk that night.
did not no intention. So then we go to the movie theater, and they have a decent whiskey on the wall. So we order 2 beers and a double of their decent whiskey.
I did not get a beer again.
Oh, I
got another vodka water.
And I can tell you this: I will
Got
give
tore up from the floor up.
Yeah. So
So how good was Deadpool?
you know what? I was too drunk. I was more drunk than I wanted to be watching the movie. I
Yeah.
remember the movie, but there is some times where it's like, I don't know if I got fully grasped what was good. Like, I know, spoiler alert, I know Brad Pitt's in the film, but the scene where he's in the film, I had no clue
I go,
that was Brad
that's Brad
Pitt.
Pitt. And you go, oh, really?
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah.
Because
So,
it's just like real quick. You don't even hardly
and
see it.
everyone missed
How many
Matt
times
Damon.
did
but,
you have to pee?
not once.
Twice.
No, it was once, and it was
Oh.
it was during the
I thought you
scene.
said not once.
Yeah, it was during the scene that they released prior to the movie, so I knew exactly what was going to happen when he gets to the X Mansion and recruits them.
Oh,
So
yeah.
I ran and peed and then came back. So yeah, but overall, the Deadpool 2 movie, I thought it was funny. I thought I won't spoil the villain.
I feel like this isn't a reliable source.
Okay, here. I thought it was enjoyable. The experience itself was horrible because I'm just going to say it, some fat nerd bitch in the back row was
I thought she was going
out
racist.
loud
I thought so, too.
laughing. No,
Body
out
shaming,
loud
though.
laughing to the point where I wanted to get
Oh,
up
yeah.
and throw
I'll
punch
lean
her.
back, but it was
Every time. Every time.
yeah. Then there were funny parts, and this one, the bad guy in it was a surprise. I did not know who the bad guy was going to be.
I don't either. So don't tell me.
There were other big name bad guys that and the whole X-Force thing was kind of a swerve. So there was a lot of great stuff that you were tricked by, and the post-credit scenes were very good. So, and Cable, I mean, James Brolin did a great job as Cable.
Man, did he look amazing? You guys won't
It's
care. 'cause
Josh Brolin.
Josh Brolin, yeah.
Yeah.
He looks
Wasn't his father's
fantastic.
James Brolin?
Yeah,
Yes.
on Life in Pieces.
Life in Pieces,
Yeah.
yeah. Married to, or was married to
Barbara Streisand.
Are they still together?
I think so.
Good for
I think
them.
they are, too.
Yeah,
That's
good
nice.
for them. Yeah, he's been with his wife on Life in Pieces. We were watching. She's been his wife on multiple different things.
No.
Yeah, they're like
They have
Like
good
good
chemistry.
chemistry.
yeah, on-screen
Like
couple.
we do.
Yeah.
Yeah, just like that. But
We
you
just
don't.
finish each other's sentences.
You don't have their alliance stick. You
It
just have
doesn't matter.
you have natural chemistry. You don't have
Yeah.
to force an alliance
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
Tom and Missy do.
Oh, force my ass.
But I would say
I
though,
feel like
since
Jeremy had his ass forced the other day.
Oh, I did.
Hey, now.
So back to Deadpool, and then I'll go back to colonoscopy. The Deadpool itself, though, on a 6-pack, what would you give the first one, Bender?
4.5.
Yeah, I think this one's right there even.
Yeah,
It's a
same.
4.5. I could see
I mean,
where
it
people
knew what it was, so it was funny.
very
and-
good, worth watching, very worth watching.
Yeah.
I'd watch it again, like I have the original. I guess the biggest controversy out there about it, and this is not really a spoiler alert, but it's the fridging incident.
Yeah, I kind of read a little bit about
Yeah.
that.
What? You have to explain it to me. I'm
So,
not-
what's her
I'm into
name?
this.
Bacall, or what's her name?
His girlfriend.
His girlfriend in it. How she died in the movie.
Spoiler alert.
And the
I was like, I
and
don't
the
want to
method
agree
at which
to
she
that.
died with the refrigerator. So there's a movement in comic books when Kyle Rayner, which was a Green Lantern, his girlfriend was killed in the comic book, and he found her in a refrigerator. And it sparked
That's cold, man.
It sparked it sparked a big movement among female writers in comics that women are used as props and treated as the sub characters just to move the plot along.
60 years later.
To be tortured and moved along for the main hero, and
Yeah.
the incident is called fridging because of the way she was killed. So, and I guess the director of this, what was his name of the Deadpool director?
I don't know.
He essentially came out and said, "Yeah, I wasn't aware of the fridging thing, but you're in a comic book movie, you got to be." And I don't think the fridging is quite as big a deal, but then again,
Well, we live in the era where everybody's got to be pissed off about
this
something.
this has been going on since the '90s.
Yeah.
Where they've been complaining about this.
Okay.
Yeah, and
So
People
was it a
just had
wink
more
and a nod
outlets.
at the movement?
No, it wasn't. It was
Straight
not.
miss?
Yeah, it
Was she
straight miss.
naked?
I don't know, but she's.
No, they were about to get it on.
Because there's
now.
always that like when you see them in like the movies or the comic books, they're always like for some reason naked, frozen. I'm like, well, that doesn't seem necessary.
Because you can't take their clothes off of them easy when their clothes are frozen on.
Ew.
Yeah.
Creepy.
Rose. Hey, back. So we'd give it a 4.5.
Good.
Yeah. And
Jeremiah
Wait,
saw
how
it.
are you speaking for me?
you just said it a while ago. You said 4.5.
I never said anything like
She
that.
said the first one was a 4.4.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant the second one. What do you
But
think of
I'll
the
You
second
agree
one?
just
with the
fridged
second.
out your wife.
Yeah.
Hey, now.
I'll agree with the
I forgot what
4.5
it's like to have her on here.
Yeah.
Whatever.
I'm just glad you guys are
I'm
back
sorry.
together.
You're gonna give it a what?
4.5.
There you go.
Yeah, all that for
Yeah.
the exact same.
Hey, it doesn't matter. She still had her voice. Right.
I'll give my colonoscopy a 6 because on the 6-pack scale, because I don't remember what happened. My doctor is a lovely guy, and my test came back good enough to where I'm back on the regular 5-year plan instead of the 2-year plan. So
Well, when you're 40,
Congratulations.
a 5-year plan is not regular.
no, that's it. You're supposed to get one every 5 years.
When you're 50, starting at 50.
Oh yeah, well that I've done.
He's just being
I've
cautious.
literally shit on that plan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, he did not wake up in a, like, I can record this and post it everywhere.
I just remember repeating stuff, and I did that the last time
You,
too.
you said, the guy next to me
Oh, man.
farted so loud.
And it was, and I was not yet on any drugs, so
And I said, are you sure that wasn't you, Jeremy?
I don't know I don't know if he had just came out or he's still prepped to go in, but he was complaining about the heat. He was complaining
They
about
fill
a
up your-
stomach ache.
They fill up your body with gas or something?
No, not. But I mean, he
Like
would
air?
Bender. It was almost. I mean, if I didn't know better, I would say he was just doing this. And then he would go, and there would be like an awkward second silence. He'd go, "Sorry."
Oh, that's
And
funny.
and the nurses would walk by. They go, "It's okay, we're used to it." And then not 20 seconds later,
I mean, I've had those days.
dude, that is like TV farting. That's like cartoon farting. I've never heard a person in real life fart that way. It was a whoopee cushion.
Maybe he took your advice and just instead of getting like super drunk, ate like I don't
Crammed
know,
a bunch
5
of air up
slingers.
his ass. I don't know.
He ate like 5 slingers the day before. I was like,
Well, see, mine was 2 days before, but it made the fasting way worse.
Yeah, so you're like
Yeah,
dehydrated.
you couldn't eat the greasy food. You're already having to drink a lot of water. You can't take ibuprofen. You can only do Tylenol. So I had to hope Tylenol was going to do the trick. But I don't recommend it.
Could you have some like some Pedialyte?
It's what plants want.
Yeah.
That's what his thing was made of. Was
Yeah,
like
essentially
electrolytes.
your mix has got a bunch of electrolytes in it.
Cool.
And the only thing I could eat is up until I started the mix was Jello. Man, I ate some
hate Jello.
Everybody's got room for Jello.
Yeah,
And my penis.
and rape.
Ew. In
So
the penis? Ooh.
So I guess let's do one other update thing, because we just decided upstairs that if Missy talks about this in there, it may inspire literally ones of twos of women in the world to also go on a diet.
The one listener.
The one or two women listeners we have. Missy's now, she's almost in fighting weight. She's ready for Jamaica, man. So since she started this keto diet, when?
January 15th.
It's
Is when I
Too
started.
long.
And she's
What do you mean it's too long?
she's been dedicated to it pretty heavily.
I don't have that much dedication in my life.
And how much have you
you
lost
dedicate yourself to drinking.
to date?
26 pounds.
26
Hey!
And it would
pounds.
probably be a lot more if I would not partake on the weekends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it just makes you
Drinking.
feel, I mean, you got everybody, you'll go insane if you
What's the
don't.
keto diet, real quick?
So it's high fat, medium protein, low carbs. And you try and keep your carb intake to, when you start out, I started out at like 30 grams per day. And now I try and keep it between 10 and 15 grams, which is super low. Can't really eat shit.
I would
because
never eat shit anyway.
I
Nope,
can't
that's like a
have
bad idea.
vegetables. I can have very little, or I can't eat fruit. I can't.
Yeah.
I can only have a little bit of vegetable.
No sugars.
No sugars.
So I did it for a while. It sucked. I cheated a lot.
Well, I
How
don't
long
think
did you
you
do
did
it?
it
Because
then.
it really takes you.
I was on that diet, but I cheated every day.
Okay, I still
So I
drank
really
beer.
wasn't on the diet. It
I think it takes a few weeks to really.
takes 2 weeks to get into ketosis,
No, I mean
right?
to get your mind right.
Yeah, it
You have
does.
to- it
But
takes like a good month.
They say it
probably.
takes 2 to 3 weeks for the average human to get over sugar cravings and
I
what
did-
your body wants
Then,
with sugar.
then that's untrue because I still crave sugar every single
well,
day.
you had a deep dive into chocolate.
I think I lasted like 9 weeks.
No, that's-
and
that's
then
pretty
gave
decent.
up.
Did you find a...
But I still drank beer. I just didn't eat any bread. I didn't eat any like rice, potatoes,
Yeah,
or fruit.
Yeah, cut out the unhealthy stuff and keep the beer.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. Meet me in the middle here.
Did you lose weight off of it?
Yeah, I lost like 10 pounds.
I am partial keto, and I've lost around 10 pounds.
I won't say your friend's name, but is he still doing the keto?
Yeah, he's down like 60 pounds.
Good for him.
Wow. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Well,
He had a lot
He
to
almost
lose.
looks weird.
He had a lot to lose.
Right,
can you see like his cheekbones and his
Yeah.
jawline now?
Jake, my cousin came over for that barbecue that you guys skipped out on. You were there.
Oh, Bazinga.
I don't know what he's talking about.
Yeah. He comes up to me and he goes, "Hey man, Brian's kind of skinny. Like he's not like sick or anything,
No.
right?" I'm like, "No, he's
As
on that
he's carrying
keto
around
diet."
Yeah.
He goes, "I wanted to like compliment him on his weight loss, but I just want to make sure he wasn't like he didn't have
Dying.
cancer." Or
He
something.
didn't have AIDS. Yeah, you
Yeah,
know,
well, you got the best diet there is. AIDS.
yeah, 100% results.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Missy is, I mean, we're getting ready for Jamaica. She's looking great. She
When's that again?
feels better.
So we can rob you.
Right? The end of July.
Yeah.
How long are you going to be
One day.
gone? That's going to be the worst Jamaican vacation ever.
We're going to fly there, get off of one plane, get back on a return plane.
Should Bender and I do the podcast?
So you want to know the top 3 reasons why I'm glad I've lost weight?
Yes.
And this might make you uncomfortable. 1, my
Okay.
thighs don't rub together anymore.
Oh.
Yeah, that chub rub
2,
ain't no joke.
I can see my clavicle bones.
Yep, she talked about
Yeah.
that yesterday.
You had to look up clavicle, didn't you?
No, I did not.
She just randomly said it when
yesterday.
we were.
And 3, I get a new wardrobe now.
Yep.
Oh, there you go.
That's not okay. The third one, barely true. If there's one person that suffers from shopper's remorse more than my wife, I don't believe you'd have to introduce me because
Oh, she even met many women then, is what you're saying.
no. I mean,
I could pick up a whole 2 full outfits at the store, walk around for 5 minutes,
and put them
then
down.
put them down.
Yeah, she. I mean, let me rephrase that. She doesn't. She has or it's like
If you don't want to pay for it?
pre-shopper's remorse. She
Yeah.
won't even get them.
I feel
She
bad
won't
that
shop
I'm
for
spending
herself.
money on myself that could go towards the family.
Bad. And I mean, I'm not.
What a mom.
I'm not trying to make her mad
You're like
here.
Marge Simpson.
It drives me insane.
Yeah.
I don't want to
Yeah.
get. I didn't want to do. Go get it. Go get
Yeah.
it. We're not destitute here.
Yeah.
We've discussed. We're
Kelly
at
has
least
the
middle
same
class
issue.
now
Yeah.
in life.
Yeah.
And
We're here.
Here's crossing our fingers that we'll be upper middle class one day.
Yeah.
One day.
Maybe.
Hold your breath.
Don't do that. We'll die.
Yeah.
You got to breathe, John, both of you. Yeah, there you go. So anyway, that was the update on our health. That was our health corner. Yeah. We're gonna get to a
and back to beer.
Bender's gonna have his science segment coming up here at the end.
We have a science segment tonight?
Yeah.
Whoa!
But I only have one other thing to talk about, and I'm gonna get it out of the way because I know Bender brought more to talk about today, and I know you had some stuff to talk about today. And this is real quick. I watched a trailer today that piqued my curiosity big time, called The Sisters Brothers. The Sisters Brothers.
Okay. This is a comedy?
Ooh,
is it porn?
Sorta. It's John C. Reilly.
Let me guess. Is it the opposite of Sister Wives?
No, it's John C. Reilly and Joaquin Phoenix, and they're brothers whose last name are sisters. And they're hired by the railroad to go out and kill the landowners and the people that are in their way.
Oh, okay.
And they're after the kid from Mr. Robot and Jake Gyllenhaal.
Is this historical, or is it like...
I think it's loosely based on stuff that was going on.
No, but I mean, is it like a period piece? Like
Yes, it's a Western. It's a Western.
Set in, 2018.
So they're supposed to go out. They're supposed to go out and kill the Mr. Robot, and he has created a chemical that allows gold to illuminate in water. So he make mining easier to make people have more money to fend off the railroads and things like that.
That's cool.
And Jake Gyllenhaal, who's charged with finding him and turning him over, learns that what he can do, and then he's got to try to protect him from them.
Okay.
And the whole trailer is John C. Reilly. There is comedic moments between
with John
those
C.
two.
Reilly,
Sure.
it has to be.
And the whole trailer says, I really want to make this our last job. And Joaquin Phoenix is like, why? What do you mean? He goes, killing people's what we're good at. And they get in fights with each other constantly. We'll watch the trailer. It looks really good.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was all I had. So I just thank you guys for coming out this episode.
All right.
Or we could move on over to what you guys
We
got.
can. I guess we can move on to. I brought a couple I brought one book. Well, not book, but
topic.
Book topic.
We're going to hate on some stuff.
2 movies and a TV show.
The name of this episode could be our second open invitation to George R.R. Martin.
Yeah. Well, I guess we can dive right in there. George R.R. Martin. He's writing again.
Oh, I'll believe it when I read it.
But he's not writing the
See what I did there?
Winter.
Yeah.
Oh, he's writing some other shit again.
He's writing the animated movie for his book that he wrote in 1977 or 79. I can't remember now. The Ice Dragon. It's a kid's novel that he wrote about a young protagonist who finds an ice dragon and they have adventures together.
Oh, so
he's
So
writing
how do you
that
come
movie.
up with the name?
I don't know. But it's just really annoying, and the internet was like, "Oh, that's neat. Go back to writing."
Oh yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
we talked about it on the show before. Every time he tweets, I just love reading that first tweet. Get back to writing, George.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That. We've all given up at this point, right?
Oh yeah, I'm
gave up.
done with him.
I don't even want to watch this movie because of that.
I was already very irritated at him, but when I decided to completely be off of the wagon was when the TV show passed the books, and the TV show's still been enjoyable. I'm like, I guess I don't need the books anymore.
Right.
Plus, they're very badly written.
Yeah. Did you watch? Did anybody else here watch Lucky Logan with?
We started it,
With Daniel Craig.
and
Daniel Craig, Adam Driver.
I don't remember that.
that was
Channing Tatum.
Channing Tatum was they were going to rob
Oh,
Talladega.
yeah. Why
and
did we stop watching that?
we were watching it on Plex, and it was all on Dwayne's Plex, Big D's Plex, and the feed went bad.
He
So
just
we
it
ratting
always
them out
wants the
out here.
buffer.
you can buy movies and
I know,
then
I'm just kidding.
share them with Plex.
It's on Amazon Prime.
Yeah,
if you
so
haven't.
we'll watch it now that it's back because we watched it 20 minutes and we were in.
It's worth it. It's a good movie, but there's a scene where there's a prison riot takeover and they have their demands, and one of their demands is they want the Winds of Winter.
Okay.
And the warden's like, it says here on the Wikipedias that George R.R. Martin has taken a break from writing Winds of Winter to work on other things, and the guys are like, bullshit. The TV show's already gone past it. And he's like, yeah, the TV show has gone in a different direction from the Winds of... And they're like, that don't make any fucking sense. And they start writing.
What's the worst is that movie's 2 years old.
Yeah, I was going to say, that joke will still be funny 5 years from
I
now.
know, like, man, that's like specifically topical.
That was Steven Soderbergh also who did that
Oh, yeah.
movie.
It
I
was
love his
good.
movies.
It's,
I'm pretty much in on what he does. I mean, Ocean's 10, Ocean's 11, Ocean's
It was
12.
it was Ocean's 11 basically with hillbillies.
Yeah, I'm down. I'm okay with it. I'm okay. Oh, and a great ensemble cast.
Yeah, it was very funny.
Yeah. And Adam Driver, he's in a couple movies coming out soon. That guy's a good actor.
Yeah, he is.
When not being Kylo Ren.
Yeah.
When he
He's good
sings
as
"My
Kylo
Name
Ren.
Is Derek," that's awesome.
Yeah.
Kylo Ren's the best part of those
Adam
movies.
Driver. Never mind.
Who
I
were
was
you thinking of?
from
I
Step Brothers.
agree with you.
Hold on. Who? What?
Step Brothers.
Adam McKay.
That's who I was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm retarded.
Are we having fun yet?
I was telling Bender
Party
something
Down?
I watched before.
I never watched it.
I never watched it.
I
either.
tried. I couldn't get into it.
Oh, it's so good.
I was telling Bender about the last episode of the Joe McHale show with Joe McHale. Has a good shtick about it's a TV series based on the one thing people like about all the current action movies, the hallway fight. They get rid of everything. It's just a one long continuous hallway where Joe McHale fights in.
It's 1,000 miles long.
To avenge the death of his other tall white friend, Dax Shepard. And Adam McKay's a bad guy in it. James Vanderbeek's a bad guy in it. I mean, it's
James Vanderbeek's second career has been pretty
Yes, it
fucking
has.
good.
He runs him through with a ninja sword, and he goes, and McHale looks him in the eye and goes, "Your hair's amazing." And as he's walking off, James Vanderbeek goes, "You haven't seen me take my last breath, which almost assures me of being in the season 2.
That's awesome. Good stuff.
Yeah, so we're on a 6-pack scale about what we like about George R.R. Martin's career. -1, is that where we're at?
Yeah.
I mean, it's like
a
an old
3.
duel's
It's still
light.
3.
Is it?
And it's losing
I mean,
a half a beer.
He's
by
also
the-
got a. He's also
That
got a-
originally trilogy, you gotta still give credit to the original. It's like George
Yeah.
Lucas, you know? You gotta give credit to the original trilogy.
First 3 books were good, even when in their bad spots were
Yeah,
still
but they
entertaining.
don't wrap up. Like George Lucas, if you only saw the first 3 Star Wars, you'd be like, "That's a good trilogy that nothing has ever came
I think
from."
for our future of hosting this podcast and friendship, we just don't bring up those movies anymore.
Which movies?
The Star Wars movies.
Oh.
Why not?
I was about to bring another one up because they just announced the Boba Fett movie.
That's a good one.
Oh, and they're gonna
Yeah.
play-
And its first director, because it won't be its last.
James Marigold.
Yeah, who did Logan.
Yeah.
Let's see how long he lasts before they fire him.
Yeah,
'Cause-
there's no one can finish a movie for Star Wars anymore.
No, Marvel was pretty
Ex-
bad.
Except for this guy who did Last Jedi, arguably the worst of the new Star Wars movies.
No.
Rian Johnson. Is that his name?
Ryan.
Ryan
Johnson.
Johnson.
Oh, yeah,
He has his
R.I.A..
own trilogy.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I hate that.
So Marvel directors, kind of have been jumping away. I mean, everybody kind of Disney. The House of the Mouse is a cruel house. I mean,
Yeah.
even back in high school when I graduated
Thanks,
high
Dr.
school.
Seuss.
Yeah, we toured the studios and stuff. And there was a lot of people then that did not look happy. Apparently, it's a sweatshop.
Yeah.
Animators don't want to go work for them.
I can see that.
I mean, you
Yeah.
can go do it if it's a paycheck and you're getting hard breaking into other places, but yeah, they're demanding.
I just think of that old Family Guy with Walt Disney. Take off your clothes. Do I have to? Minnie Mouse.
So you guys gonna go see Solo this weekend?
Maybe.
So Jay from Nerdcast wants to come on the show when we talk about Solo, but we have to go see it first. So I don't know if I'll go see it this weekend.
I'm gonna try on Saturday.
But we got, I think we're going to go to Art Outside after she gets done getting her hair
You
done.
fucking hipsters.
Hair done or hair did?
She getting her hair did.
You gonna blow it out?
Art Outside's a blast.
I do like
enjoy
Art
it.
Where's it at? I don't know where it's at.
At
It's
the
a
Maplewood.
Schlafly, so we're not that
Oh, that's
hipster.
cool.
Coming
Yeah.
from the hipster.
For
of
me,
the
Art
podcast.
Outside
Most
is
hipster
watching
guy.
a 3-year-old
not
sidewalk
have a
chalk.
beard.
Yeah, the most hipster guy on our podcast. He had a pompadour at one time.
Yeah. Trimmed it up nice.
He has trimmed it up. He's had his
Yeah.
summer cut.
I got my summer cut. I'm gonna let it grow out all winter.
Summer
It's gonna be
cutting.
super douchey.
Yeah, you said it, bro.
The last thing I brought TV wise is Matt Groening has a new TV show series on Netflix coming August 17th.
Little Fantasyland or something like that?
Disenchantment. And it's
There's a girl, there's a troll that looks like Bart Simpson.
yeah,
Oh.
it does. It is. I
Someone
had
looks
it
like
pulled
Bart
up here.
Simpson?
Didn't that work for Zord?
I think
Different.
it's gonna work. I think
This
it's
one
gonna
looks
work.
different. It looks like
He's
all
had
animated.
he's had 2 successful shows. One survived cancellation to come back a couple times. So
Like 3 different cancellations. Futurama.
that's why I use the S, the plural form of cancellation.
Futurama's like my favorite cartoon ever.
I'm about to say, is Futurama back to end better than The Simpsons?
I'd say there's a lot of people that would say front to back, yes.
Yes.
It's
And-
his favorite one, so he's got to think that.
In fact, when this came out, I was playing around on Twitter, and they were like, "Oh, could you bring?" Somebody reached out and was like, "Can you bring Futurama back?" And everybody immediately piled on. Was like, "That second ending was the greatest ending of a TV show ever. Why would you ruin it?" Like he has
Is that the one
Simpsons.
where they walk the ends of the earth with time?
time
Yeah, it's a pretty damn good
freezes.
episode.
It's a solid.
yeah, we broke it down on here before.
We have,
Yeah.
yeah.
The Simpsons is over?
No.
Oh, I was like, where the hell
They're
is it?
talking about Futurama.
Futurama.
Right?
Well, I
But,
thought you said it was a good ending, and I thought I heard someone say, like, The Simpsons.
No, well, everybody on the Twitter was arguing back and forth, like, bring Futurama back, and they're like, what if it's shitty like The Simpsons is kind of now? The Simpsons is getting a little bit better.
It's a dig.
Yeah, it's not too bad.
a dig.
Anyways, this is set in a kingdom called Dreamland, and it follows the misadventures of a hard-drinking young princess.
Misadventures.
Bean is her name, which that's what I call my daughter, which I thought was kind of weird.
Aww.
Well, she is
You
a
and- you and
princess,
Matt
and
Groening.
she might drink a lot when she's
Yeah,
older.
she's probably. I'm like, this sounds like my daughter.
Great minds think alike.
Yeah, her feisty elf companion Elfo. That was really hard.
Yeah.
They really reached for that one.
There's going to be a lot of jokes.
Her personal demon Lucy, which is a man. Along the way, the
Like
eyeball-
Lucifer,
Yeah, I
Demon,
guess so.
Lucy. Yeah, that makes sense.
The eyeball trio encounter orgs, sprites, harpies, imps, trolls, walruses, and lots of human fools.
I wonder when the bad guy debuts. That bad guy goes, "I am the walrus."
Yeah.
Cuckoo, choo.
Premieres August 17th. I'm on board, 100%. All in.
FX, you said.
No, Netflix.
No.
Oh, Netflix, even better. Yeah, I'll give it a go.
Netflix now has a bigger market cap than Disney. How crazy is that?
That is
For
nuts.
now, yeah. When Disney's streaming service hits, we'll see. Apparently, they've scrapped using the one. Is it Hulu they own now, or we're trying to make a bid for? They don't own it yet until the
Damn,
FX.
smart
FX
of
is
it.
trying, yeah.
No, they don't own it until the Fox thing goes through. But
which that might not come through
Yeah,
because
that
of
might-
Comcast.
yeah, but apparently there's rumorings and mumblings that what they are designing is groundbreaking. So we'll see. I mean, they've got the money to put into things. So, and they also have, all they have to do is the original programming is Star Wars or
Yeah.
Marvel, and
Yeah.
boom.
Boom! Anyways, the
I said boom!
character that plays Bean is Abby Jacobson from Broad City.
Yep.
Damn funny.
Yeah. Writer, director, comedian.
Eric Andre is Lucy. He's a comedian that I've seen and stuff.
Oh,
but they're
Eric
bringing back,
Andre's great. Most notably, he was...
he's always like a side character in everything.
yeah,
And he's always great.
He was the coffee guy and Don't Trust the Bee.
Yeah.
He's
I
married
think
to
he's over the top.
gonna
he's
look this
married
guy
to
up.
someone famous.
Here, he's right here.
Yeah, look at his
Yeah, that guy.
look
Yeah.
at his spouse.
He's that guy.
But they're bringing back Billy West. He's back
Nice.
in it. Lucy Montgomery, John DiMaggio, and Noel Fielding, and
Sure.
Nate Faxon. Nat
Faxon.
Nat Faxon.
Yeah,
he was in that
Oscar-winning Nat Faxon.
Oh, what did
Oh,
he win
wow.
an Oscar
Him
for?
and Jim, what's his writing partner who wrote The Descendants? They wrote The Way Back.
no shit.
The dean
Oh,
from
way back. It's a great movie.
the dean from Community. I can't think of his
Oh, that
name.
guy.
Yeah.
They're writing partners.
The guy looks like Moby?
Yeah, Nat Faxon is also famously was in Beer Fest, one of the Germans in
He was
Beer
also
Fest.
in Friends from College.
Friends from College on Netflix. Yeah, he's got you should love him. He's got a gap.
No, he doesn't. He's got a weird like snaggle tooth.
Oh, that's what it is. Yeah.
Fuck you.
Sorry, my bad.
I'm a little sensitive about
I just thought all you weird teeth people stick together.
Hey, wait, whoa.
Oh,
Our
this penis
child
party's gotta go?
has a gap.
No, hers is. They've said hers is a natural gapping that will close together like a normal.
No, they have not said that.
Does she have her adult teeth?
We heard different things.
No.
Hey man, she's
These
not a
two-
fuck. We're not mutants, okay?
No.
It's fine.
John,
She's
I
very
was
tall
about
for a girl.
I was about to tell you, she wants her gap. She doesn't want to get it fixed.
No, I'm getting rid of mine. One of
Get
these
to
days.
some lives matter?
Yeah.
Too soon? Too soon?
Yeah.
I don't.
I saw.
I love how
shirt-
three of my co-hosts right now are on their phones or cellular.
I
I
was
You
saw.
guys are talking about stuff I want
So
to talk
when you
about.
said that, I was at Third Wheel on Sunday for a little lunch and beer because my brother-in-law was in town. Which, by the way, they do a little music on like bluegrass music thing was their band
Yeah.
this week. Their food's pretty solid, and so we had a couple beers, and there was an old white guy, obviously, had a shirt on that said "Black Labs Matter." I was like, that's in poor taste.
Hey, by the way,
I'll allow it.
two things of Eric Andre. I said he was married or with someone famous. They broke up, but he was with Rosario Dawson.
Okay.
And he's born in Boca Raton, Florida. Maybe the only famous person that was ever born in Boca Raton. They
Yeah.
usually go there to end life, not
Yeah.
begin life. So
Good for him.
yeah,
That's
He's
a
fine.
nice single right up the middle.
yeah, right,
Yeah.
right. Is that all you had?
In that, unless you guys want to jump into the volcano.
No,
thing.
let's get that. We'll end on your science segment.
Oh,
We'll
How much
get-
time we got?
Yeah, I don't know. We got plenty of time.
I mean, there's lots to talk about.
My-
So, first thing I want to talk about is this. So,
Let's get to Morgan
We're-
Freeman, maybe.
no, I got something better to talk about.
Quit mowing his lawn, man.
Sorry.
Netflix, as we were talking about, has
Edges are big.
season 5 coming out next week of Arrested Development, which has been in the news
Yeah.
for
Jeffrey Tambor.
Jeffrey
Yeah.
Tambor
And Jason Bateman
Jason Bateman put his foot in his mouth for a little mansplaining.
and he's been publicly apologizing all day today.
Yes,
Yeah, it's been
very
kind of
recent.
annoying.
Yeah.
What is it? What do you say? Because I don't know.
So, long story short, Jeffrey Tambor apparently is a dick and screamed at Jessica Walter, and she was
Made her
trying
cry.
to made her cry, which is hard for me to believe because she always plays the bitch character so well. You know, I mean,
Yeah.
I'm not saying,
But
it
it's a
didn't happen.
character.
It's a character.
Aren't
Sure.
we aren't we glazing over the fact that didn't Jeffrey Tambor get in trouble for alleged assault?
There was some sexual
assault.
harassment
Yeah.
on
sorry.
trans.
And Jessica
parenting.
Walter was very clear that never happened, but was very clear that he had made her feel so small and
He's
yelled
mean.
at her. And
He's
just
mean.
Just
He's
an
a
asshole.
big mean guy.
And
Which kind of blows my mind. Like, he doesn't seem like
I
he would
see
be
it.
that guy.
I can see it.
I don't see it. But, anyways, go ahead.
Well, he's an
So, unfortunately, Jason Bateman and, to a lesser extent, David Cross and Will Arnett were kind of defending Jeffrey Tambor's behavior
She
at the
had it
expense
coming.
of.
No, I'm just
It
kidding.
wasn't that bad, but at the expense of Jessica Walter, who was only really being defended by maybe what's her
Portia
real
Del
name?
Rossi?
Portia Del Rossi.
No,
The
other
daughter, the younger girl. I don't know. It's
I
a weird
butcher her
name.
name. Yeah, I butcher her name, and now I'm sounding like a
She was also on the search party on
Yeah.
TBS. Or
Yeah,
TNT.
she's gotten some notoriety because she co-wrote that and created that.
Yeah,
so.
she's very funny. Yeah, somebody
Maybe
look it
it's
up.
her character's name. Maybe
Yeah, we
on
should
the
call
show.
her that anyway. Anybody? Thanks.
No,
All right, great.
No. You're
So-
swinging and missing.
More. I mean, that is, and you can read about it. It's kind of sad that somebody feels so belittled like that.
Yeah.
Jason Bateman, as we said, has kind of
Guess
been
I'm
going
gonna have to
all
stop
over
picking on
himself.
Bender.
Yeah. But more than that, for a show that was so critically acclaimed, is anybody here excited about season 5 of Arrested Development?
No.
I've never watched AC.
I thought it was done.
Real quick,
They've brought it back a couple times now.
Alia Shawkat is her name. Alia Shawkat.
Okay.
If that's how you pronounce it, Shawkat. And yeah, I mean, we didn't even really finish the season 4. Or the
Now
one,
they've done a director's cut now. Did you see
is
that?
it better?
I haven't watched it because I watched season 4. So season 4, which was tough for people,
Well, it was
due to all the characters, not
They
characters,
couldn't
the
all be
actors and
together.
actresses
Yeah.
blowing up, they had to basically do each
Yeah.
episode's about a character. What they've now gone and done before the season 5 is coming out on Tuesday is re-edit it so now it flows like the regular first 3 seasons.
Okay.
And so instead of like 12 episodes, now there's like 29. Some episodes are as long as 20 minutes. Some are as little as like 8. But
That's
it makes
weird.
more sense chronologically. It's just
Okay.
how it was cut up.
yeah.
So,
Go ahead.
I'm sorry. So, was this shot before all of this? His, the
interview?
No, not the interview, but like before, like the allegations from
No.
trans-
No, this was like last,
Yeah.
maybe this weekend.
Yeah.
Well, I know
No.
I know the interview was, but was season 5 shot
It,
before?
it probably
Yes.
was going on during all
During it,
that.
yeah.
Okay, that's what I was kind of wondering, because I wonder if they're just gonna, if there is a
And,
6,
and
if they're gonna
Jeffrey
get rid of
Tambor
him.
has said, and I kind of, maybe I do believe him, that whenever there's like less than 5 witnesses, I'm more apt to maybe believe the person who's being accused. He had 2 people accuse him.
And that was
he
it.
is like, look, I was an asshole. I was belittling and I'm mean, and obviously there's a track record of that, but I never did anything sexual, and Jessica Walters has said the same thing. And
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a prick, but he's not a rapist prick. So
yeah.
I mean,
Well,
which
there's
is
layers.
that is definitely better. Yeah, I'm not excited about it, but I think, and I'm not forcing the segue, but I think that's a good segue into Morgan Freeman because he is coming out
Well, who now?
staunchly defending himself now. This was all today.
Yes.
Yeah, this blew up like quick.
It went from one woman to like 16 women, and
Is it up to 16 now? It was 8 at noon.
something crazy, as many as 16 is a report I saw, and he apparently he's not being quiet about it. So, you know, there's 2 rules of thought on this. When something happens, you could Louis C.K. it and just kind of go away.
He kind of apologized.
Well, he eventually had to.
Yeah.
But you kind of go into hiding and you release your statement. But Morgan Freeman released a statement right away saying, I've never done this. People that know me know I would not hurt somebody. And would this be one of the most disappointing?
I don't think it's all that shocking.
I mean, Bill Cosby is disappointing, but it turns out all of Hollywood knew that he was a bit of a lecherous guy.
yeah.
And definitely soon to be arrested Harvey Weinstein.
Yeah, he's
was
about
known.
to turn himself in tomorrow.
But Morgan Freeman, he's kind of like your good old voice grandpa, though, right?
Yeah, but, you know,
He is
Grandpa's
kind of
got some skeletons in the closet.
He's a little bit of the magical Negro sometimes, though, right?
What do you mean?
Where like white people are always like, "Oh, it's Morgan Freeman. He's like the safe black guy."
Like I don't have to cross the street when I see him.
Yeah.
That thing. Yeah.
Before
Look, somebody sprinkled some salt on him. Look, he's speckled.
So I was actually talking about this with Morgan Freeman because I agree with you. He would be, if I had to write a top 10 list of people, I'd be like most. Aw,
Tom Hanks
Morgan Freeman. He'd be my number one.
Yeah, Tom
Hanks is number one, but when I see Morgan Freeman, I just
Paul Rudd.
He was on the top. Yep.
Is it because Morgan Freeman's so old?
You know my
No, it just doesn't shock me. And like 3 years ago, I read that alleged story. I guess it's because I read that alleged story that he banged his step granddaughter. So
that was brought up in
Is that the one
court.
that died? Wait.
Yeah, the one that died. She was shot by her ex-boyfriend.
Stabbed multiple
yes.
times,
Yeah.
and his defense team brought that up in the trial.
Yeah,
and that was
apparently there's some text messages and whatnot. But,
she had a grandpa issues.
Yeah,
which maybe she just liked older guys.
He was just taking a page.
Either way,
out
it's
of
fucking creepy.
Woody Allen.
So
maybe it was her end was the advances, and he was on. We don't know.
We don't know.
I feel like it just either way it's creepy.
So we just brought up, and we'll get around to you because we'll let you close on yours. But you just brought up who your most shocking was. Obviously, Tom Hanks. I think we're all agreed. Anybody need a beer?
I'll take one.
Paul Rudd would be another one.
Yep, I had my top 5.
Well, when Missy gets back, let's listen to her and Bender's pick of one, and then we'll go through your top 5.
All right, sounds good.
Let's pass that down, Bender.
So Paul Rudd's yours.
Well, Tom Hanks is my number one.
I think everybody can. I won't speak for Missy, but he would definitely be my number one too. Like,
and then Paul Rudd. So I said Paul Rudd, which shocked me. But let's throw them out, and let's do the next list. So Missy, what celebrity who isn't Tom Hanks or Paul Rudd would shock you if it came out that they were
just a gross.
Let's go with alive. Let's go with people who are alive.
Yeah,
because Mr. Rogers maybe the top one. I mean,
Jesus.
By all accounts, he was like the nicest person in the world. So what do you got?
I don't even.
I'm going The Rock. I'm calling him.
No, that'd be a good one.
I just don't.
I would be super disappointed in that. I love Dwayne Johnson.
I think he would like. I think that would like break the internet for sure.
Yeah. So you don't have one?
Can you come back to me?
No.
I mean, it's on you now.
Yeah, it's your spotlight's on you. You haven't been on in a while.
You need to prepare me for things like this. I don't know.
All right,
Also, Barbara Streisand.
Your top
Just
5.
So my buddy
Stephen Hawking.
So
dead too soon.
So I want to give 2 lists. I want to give friend of the show Drew his list.
All right, Drew.
Drew had Paul Rudd number 1. Then he had Zach Galifianakis,
Yeah, I could see that.
Joe Rogan,
Yep.
Kevin Kline.
I got a new one.
Okay.
Joe Rogan's been happily married with multiple kids. It would shock me. And a very defender of the little man.
Yeah, but it's always the guys that are like super happily married that once they get to the strip club get super weird.
That's true.
Kevin Kline, and then Liam Neeson. That's his top 5.
I got a new one after yours. I've got another one.
But Liam Neeson's got a particular set of skills.
I was gonna say.
Hopefully it's not petting women.
My skills are
That's
getting
why
away
he's
with it.
Yeah. My top 5, we mentioned Tom Hanks. Then I have Mel Brooks,
Yep.
Okay.
Robert Duvall,
Okay.
Oh
one.
God.
Chris Pratt. That would be very disappointing.
It would.
And then finally, I feel like I had to put it in a token, so Wayne Brady.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
I got one.
Yep.
Is Wayne Brady going to have to
Keith
touch
Urban.
a bitch inappropriately?
Keith Urban?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hate that guy.
Why?
His hair's like from 2000.
Don't hate it on it.
bothers
He's
me.
got beautiful hair.
It's not
How
beautiful
about,
hair.
how about maybe this one might be a big one that nobody's thinking about? Patton Oswalt.
Yeah.
It'd be a massive one.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, Patton Oswalt lost his wife. He was apparently a super loyal guy. Post-mortem's been doing all kinds of stuff for.
Rick Moranis, that same token?
Yeah, Rick Moranis, who left Hollywood because of the shtick that went with it. So,
See,
yeah.
he would
Well,
not
no, Rick
surprise
Moranis
me.
left because his wife died.
Yeah. And, yeah, he
And
didn't
now
want-
he's making a comeback.
sort of. He's not making a comeback.
He's dipping the toes in.
He agreed to revive that one character
Yeah,
for the
that's it.
Goldbergs. That's
Yep,
it.
That's
Yeah, he's being Lord Helmet, Darth Helmet, just for the Goldbergs, which is awesome.
Yeah.
If you're gonna do it, do it.
I would say Neil Patrick Harris would be a shocking
that
one.
would be a shocking one. Yeah,
Because he's like so charming.
he is charming. What?
I don't know. Wasn't Kevin Spacey kind of charming?
No,
No.
creepy always.
He
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
kidding.
He was
That
always
was very
creepy to
homophobic
me.
on my part. I apologize.
What else you got outside of that?
So let's also talk about today the NFL coming out and saying
Oh, I did want to
that
talk about this.
Jesus Christ.
if you are kneeling during the national anthem, you will be fined.
People on the field at the time of it, they've left a caveat. that you will, if you're not standing, you will be fined. This is forced patriotism. This doesn't fix the problem.
Nope.
And it's been touted as a win for my family and all the very right-wing people. It's not a win. You're not doing it. You think
it's so stupid.
It's the old adage that you conforming to my beliefs fixes the problem.
Yep.
It does not fix a problem. It's not. You just don't see it now.
Yeah, you're just choosing to ignore it.
You're right. It kind of in this. I know this isn't the same related, but kind of, and related to sports. Did you see the Sterling Brown video released?
I haven't.
In Milwaukee Bucks.
Yeah,
not a good look.
You got tasered.
No, not a good look for the police officers.
I don't know if Jason Cantor's the one who said it, but he retweeted it today, and he's like, everybody who's cheering this kind of misses the point. It's not that, it's not disrespectful to kneel during the national anthem for your country. You should want these people to want to stand for their country and for the national anthem. So if there's something wrong with it, then you should address that problem and what that issue is.
There's a lot of issues going on in our country right now, and this was the least of
this
them.
This is literally just pandering to the NFL doesn't want to get bashed by Trump in October. That's it.
And I would be very curious to know, when the NFL ratings are down, where this particular issue, who's really not watching the NFL because of this issue? I'm sure there are people out there.
Like my family member that I told you went after, the restaurant, and the restaurant clapped back on it and stuff like that on the interwebs. It's those people. And by the way, ratings are down. Earnings are not down.
No.
The earnings are still up.
Well, I think ratings are also down for multiple reasons. They're down here locally for how we were treated.
The ratings are down on shows across the board. Yeah. The NFL
there's just too much on now.
And there's the argument that the oversaturation of the Thursday, Saturday, Sunday, when it was event television, when it was what's the word I'm looking for? Gosh darn it. Where you had to be tuned in at a certain time.
Must see TV.
Yeah. No, that's not it. There's an appointment television. I mean, you had to be there on Sunday and Monday. That's NFL day.
Right.
Yeah.
It's not NFL day anymore.
No.
And there's also an argument to be made college football is way bigger than it ever has been.
Yeah.
So, and there's a lot of money going into college football in terms of gambling.
Ratings are up. Yep.
Gambling and whatnot. So the options are out there.
And now that they're legalizing gambling across the, every state, basically. They
haven't done that yet. They just had
it's on its way.
Well, they had a precedent set, and you expect it to follow suit. But
yeah, so I think ratings will probably bounce back now that you can gamble everywhere.
Well, I don't think you're going to be able to gamble everywhere. It's going to be like
most
a lottery.
places. Most states will probably let you gamble. But
I think
that'll be a slow. I mean,
topic.
when has anything ever moved that fast?
I mean, not every
country?
state has Powerball or the lottery.
Yeah. We're still looking at weed to be legalized, and that's taking a step back already.
But
they also celebrated net neutrality getting obliterated, but it's not. Its demise was premature. So I mean, things don't happen fast. In our country.
It's just. I think it'll bounce back a little bit more. This is a non. It's just stupid.
Yeah.
It's a huge waste of time. The Jets...
That's a hot take. This is stupid.
The Jets owner is the only one who basically said, I will pay any of my players' fines if they want to kneel.
Hey, did you see my...
Good for you, Woody.
Yeah.
Did you see my 49ers are now... The president of the 49ers now has... And the team has some stake in a Premier League
Chad York?
team. Yeah.
What team did he put money in?
They just... I have to look it up. They invited them to Candlestick... Or to San Francisco, and now they're something. We'll have to look it up.
I'll look it up right now. Speaking of which...
That might become my new soccer team.
Did the Panthers ever get sold?
I don't think so.
Somebody did... Or is being vetted right now.
Real quick, too, on the... Kind of going with the Bill Cosby jokes and all that stuff we made about and Morgan Freeman thing. Rubin Foster charges have been dropped for the 49ers. Their stud rookie last year. He's now going to rejoin the team. And John Lynch kind of welcomed him backhandedly. He said, "Rubin, we're glad to have Rubin back on the team, but we do stress that Rubin knows that no spot on here is given. It's all earned and by your on-field and off-field behavior." So yes, Rubin Foster may not have attacked his girlfriend, but Rubin Foster did keep crazy enough women around him that would make up stories in order to get him in trouble. That's not good.
Sometimes chicks are hot, man.
So
you can't keep crazy around.
Sometimes it's worth the crazy.
he has. It's not a EPL side.
Okay.
It's a championship side.
Oh, that's it. Yeah.
It's called Leeds United, but Leeds United is probably a top 15 club in England. They've just been shitty for so long.
Well, it's my team now.
Yeah.
There you go.
The Peacocks are awesome. They
Yeah.
got some
Ooh,
badass
I'm even
uniforms.
more excited now that they're Peacock.
That is
Yeah.
their mascot.
Can I get a
The Peacocks,
jersey?
Leeds United Peacocks.
No, you're gonna get a whole outfit.
I'm down.
You should just grow out the back
Speaking
of your head and then push it straight up.
Of segues?
As segues into the greatest sport. Big game for me on Saturday. Liverpool Football Club in the Champions League final against Real Madrid.
That's awesome.
I'm pretty excited.
I just went from 6 to midnight talking about it.
What time's that one at?
1:45 on Saturday
There you
afternoon.
go. I will be at a fucking birthday party.
A fucking birthday party? That's a pretty weird theme for a birthday party.
That's not. That's at Rock and Jump. It's gonna suck.
Yeah, rock and jump.
It'll be a rockin' good
jump
time.
does suck.
Hey now.
They got an obstacle course now. Pretty good at it. So
There was an urban air birthday in our family this past
Yeah.
Sunday, but I did not attend because I was hangry and didn't want to deal with it.
I
That
get
place
it.
is
Okay.
cool. If you've never been to
I haven't
Urban
been there
Air,
yet.
they have a zip line area and an above like high up obstacle. Not high up, but you can
Yeah.
walk under it. It's an obstacle.
It's like rock and
course,
jump,
yeah.
but a little more hip hop, yo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they call it urban air.
Oh, there you go.
And
They play,
that's their tagline.
They play. What is it? When
It's
you
like-
bleep out the curse words in rap music.
Speaking
Edited-
of
they call
bleeping
it
out,
edited hip hop.
Yeah.
speaking of
couldn't
bleeping
think
out
of
the
it.
curse words and rap music, old Kendrick Lamar is a little bit
What a
of
prick. But
What happened? I didn't
Oh,
hear
this was a dick move on his part, by the
Was
way.
it that? All right.
I didn't hear
I
this.
see both sides.
Are
So
you
Kendrick.
on the
It's a
side
dick move,
where
dude.
you thought it was planned?
No, I don't think it was planned. I think. All right. So Kendrick Lamar, very famous rapper that I don't think I've actually heard in one of his songs, had a concert in Atlanta. Dude, I'm
In
white
the
bread. It's
ATL.
out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got a new
And
segment next time.
He brought a white lady up to sing one of his songs, and in
That
the
was
song,
heavy with the N word.
heavy with the N word.
He set her up.
Yes.
She
I
was
don't
in the
think he
moment.
set her up.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a setup. That's been a thing on like every TV show. You don't say the N word in the rap song. You're not allowed to say it.
In my car by myself, I can, but not out in public,
yeah,
I don't.
Yeah. If there's even remotely anybody who could maybe possibly
Right.
hear you,
I
you
haven't-
don't say it.
And I haven't heard his response to it. I feel like it was poor judgment. I
pull
think
up
he
a white person?
he probably assumed that she
She
was
was
going
just
to
into
not
it.
say it,
Yeah.
Which is
and she's got to be smart enough to know you can't do
is
that.
there-
all of
video
that.
that-
No, all of that is wrong.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna tell you why.
All right.
Is there video or is there just audio? I've only heard
I'm
the
sure
audio.
there's video.
Here's
but
why
I
it's
haven't
wrong.
See the reaction.
All right.
Your favorite rap artist, you like their songs, like you said, you sing along to your songs in the car. You get this once in a lifetime moment to be pulled on stage and sing with them, where your adrenaline's pumping,
Yeah.
you're excited.
the moment.
He said, "Let's sing this song together." You sing the song.
Yeah.
You sing the song.
You should have never put her in that situation.
You're having Joey Bag of Donuts, Mr. Joe Schmo or Mrs. Joe Schmo come up and perform with you. The very last thing she has in that moment is a filter. This is why people get around celebrities and cry.
Yeah.
There's no their frame of thought is gone. It's his fault.
You should have picked
His fault.
He should have picked a song where she sang the hook or something, and there
She's
was no
not-
issue.
She's not racist. She's at a Kendrick
I
Lamar
don't. No,
concert.
I don't
No,
think
no,
she's.
I don't think
I don't think
anybody's
she's racist either. And I definitely buy the argument of her being full of adrenaline and whatnot. But
No,
I
she
mean,
shouldn't
you
have
got-
sung it, but she also shouldn't have been put in that situation.
no, that's
Or
what I'm
do
saying.
it on a
It's-
different
it's-
song.
It's
Exactly. She should have
it's-
sung the hook.
Oh, he's
on-
not. He's by far not innocent either. He's got to be smart enough to know that.
I don't
don't think it's a setup, though. I mean, that,
No, I mean,
No, I don't think he
I think it's
actually
just-
set her up. I think it was
because well,
poor
didn't he go-
judgment on
didn't he-
his end.
Didn't the crowd started booing? He's like, "Whoa, whoa, hey! I don't think he realized." And he's like, "Oh, let's give her a chance." And
She said, I mean, from the audio, she didn't even realize she was doing it.
Yeah,
That's
she
how
got
in
into
the
it.
she was
moment
just into the moment. Yeah, and that,
But
what?
then they had another guy who came up and didn't say that. He said something else to,
But
and the
you
crowd cheered
shouldn't-
him.
You
yeah,
should be
because
put in that
he
situation.
saw the mistake in front of him.
yeah,
I don't know who went first or whatnot.
Yeah.
But still,
I
yeah,
tell-
it just. Bottom line is, why the fuck is this a news story in 2018?
Stupid.
We have a president who just
Stupid.
pissed away another opportunity to make peace.
yeah. We're all gonna die tomorrow, anyways. It doesn't
No,
matter.
we're
So, real quick, a segue off of that. There's a new hip hop series on Netflix called
Oh, I
The
wanted to bring that
Rapture.
up.
And well, go ahead, go
No, I was just going to say we watched the Logic
the first episode.
documentary, which was highly interesting, but he brought a kid up during one of his raps, and he was like, I want you to sing it. And the kid goes, wait a second, Mom, can I say the bad words? And his mom said, go ahead. This kid killed it.
Yeah,
killed
it was funny how it was going.
When he said fuck, Logic lost it.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
The setup was cool, too, because he's rapping, and he goes, whoa, stop the music. Hey, man, you trying to take my job? It's out here singing? If you're going to sing, everybody get him up on stage. And you couldn't see it, and then you see that it's like a 10-year-old kid.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I can't wait to bring a 10-year-old kid onto this podcast to take my spot.
Yeah,
we've done it. We tried it with Kaylin. She just wouldn't talk that
almost
much.
as tall as
Jeremiah
you.
wouldn't do it either.
Kaylin could totally kick my ass.
No,
Dude. Yeah, she's a whip. She
does not get my mercenary skill.
The fact that she would drive you insane and you can't smack her would cause you to lose your sanity, and then so she'd eventually win, because I'm convinced her...
What scenario am I going to be in where I might want to smack your daughter?
Just hang out with her.
Anytime she rolls her eyes or back
she says
talks
hi every time I come in. Your daughter's a very nice young lady.
Yeah, you don't know her like we do.
I told her to talk to you because today she goes, I'm going to Mizzou.
Everybody
She's like very
else is-
adamant about it.
Yeah.
I said, well, talk to Tom. 'Cause that's where
Okay,
he went.
and then she says, what you don't know about this story, nor you, she goes, is Tom here? I said, yep. She goes, tell him next time wear his yellow pants, Mizzou pants. And then she turns to her friend Sophia.
So mean girl.
Then she turns to her friend Sophia, who goes, you got to see these pants.
Caitlin hasn't even seen them.
Just
Have
on
I
the
brought those
pictures.
pants over here?
You've worn them.
Well, yeah, you've worn them
once.
once
So
here.
mean girl of her.
Yeah.
That's,
She's Regina
She is a
George.
mean
Caddy.
girl.
what are we at?
Well, we're good. Let's go to your science segment.
We don't have to.
No, do it.
All right.
It's timely. It's
Did
topical.
Did you put any theme music to this? No, it's all right. I'm
I
just
haven't
kidding.
used the thing.
So, there's
Wait,
that.
can
There's
we
that
come up with some lyrics right now? Here's John Bender. He needs a science fact.
It was, well, how did the song go? He's not into history or doing math. He gets his kicks in a lab. It's the Bender Science segment.
That's pretty good. So that Mount.
That's pretty good. I'm going to glaze right over it.
Yeah.
at the
No, it's
top.
not Krakatoa. Whatever that mountain is in Hawaii.
That
now.
Hawaiian.
Yeah.
That Hawaiian thing.
Yeah, it's been going on for 3-4 weeks now.
Sounds right.
Too long.
Yeah. So I was listening to an article, a segment today that they think it's going to go on for at least 3 more months.
Oh, wow.
Holy shit.
Yeah. So that got me curious about the deadliest volcanoes in eruptions in history. And
in history.
yeah. So
I thought when you
there's-
first brought this up, I thought it was just going to be the potentially deadliest volcanoes in the world.
no,
But no.
so
this is-
we live in the Ring of Fire.
yeah,
which
we've got
is-
the deadly one.
No, the Ring of Fire is
The Ring of Fire.
Song by Johnny Cash. Yeah.
basically South America, North America, Europe, and Africa. There's
so
a
the
big
whole
ring.
world.
I don't think
No,
there's
not
a-
the
I don't
whole
think
world.
there's an
It's
A
like
in
basically
the
the
Europe-
Atlantic Ocean, and
Okay.
there's like 500 volcanoes in there, and most of them are active. But I could be like way off. But either way, that's
This
the Ring
is
of
your
Fire.
segment, dude. Who are
Yeah,
we
you
to
do whatever
argue?
you want.
Anyways, so the first one, Mount Tambora, biggest volcanic eruption in human history.
And is mean to women.
Wait, the
that's-
biggest eruption in human history?
Yeah,
I think that was
1815.
done by Eddie Van Halen.
I was going to say,
Did
hasn't
he kill 100,000 people?
He
well,
slayed 1,000 vaginas.
I don't know, but I thought Mount Tambora's biggest eruption was on his co-star in
Yeah.
Arrested Development.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Oh, too
Nice.
soon. Very topical. I like it.
Yeah.
But this particular explosion, eruption, initially sent 400 million ton cloud of gas into the air, and it basically killed all the crops. So it killed 100,000 people around the world. Thought that was kind of cool.
Did it cause like a lot of darkness?
Yeah, it can disrupt like the whole world. Like the last big eruption was in Iceland,
Okay.
and
Oh yeah, that one was bad. That one,
and
they
it
couldn't-
shut down international travel
Yeah.
for 3 weeks.
They had
wow.
to do like
Oh, yeah, I remember
300
that.
mile around where they would typically fly to avoid
remember
the
that.
cloud. Yeah.
And they tried to put it out because there was lava flowing towards like a town,
Mm-hmm.
and they had to dump like someone upwards of like 800 billion gallons of water on it
Yeah, they've
just to
decided,
get it to slow down.
Yeah, they and I heard science came out and said that
You can't stop
there's
lava.
no stopping lava. Period.
It's impossible.
Huh.
The
It
next
wins.
one was Krakatoa. These
Krakatoa.
volcano names are so
you're
much
you're
fun.
doing good.
Anyways, Indonesian islands between Java and Sumatra erupted in
What did
1883.
he say?
The Indonesian
Okay.
islands.
It sounded like he was really drunk and was like,
I think sometimes in fear of mispronunciation, he just goes as fast as he can.
13,000 times. This erupted with 13,000 times the power of the atomic bomb that was dropped on Hiroshima.
Mother Nature wins, bitches.
Is it Hiroshima or Hiroshima?
Hiroshima.
Okay.
It's
You said-
no,
bomb on
it's been
me.
pronounced both ways by politicians. So
Depending on what political point they're trying to make.
Yeah.
Killed over 36,000 people.
That'll do it.
The sound was heard over 3,000 miles away.
Wow.
Unleashed a 130-foot tall tsunami, which also killed 90% of the people that it killed.
Yeah, those tsunamis will get you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they win.
They don't play around.
Mount
It sounds like Down with the
Vesuvius.
Underground.
The next one is
Vesuvius.
Yeah.
Vesuvius. See, I knew I was going to screw
I
one
think
of these up.
Vesuvius is a good name.
Yeah,
though.
it's a good
its
one.
alternate name.
Erupted in 79 AD, killed 16,000 people. This is where Pompeo came.
Pompeii.
Yeah, came
Oh,
from.
yeah, Pompeii.
Yeah.
They made a very awful movie about that.
They say the
I
volcano
went from London
has,
to Pompeii.
Yeah, they say the volcano has erupted 30 times since then, and scientists predict that the next eruption will be
It
terrible.
only killed Kit Harington one time, though.
Yeah, I mean, he could die like 3-4 times. He'll be fine.
Yeah.
But
Right.
600,000
That
people
was a
live
good impression
directly in
of
his
it.
path.
Whoa, that's crazy.
Yeah, it sucks. Volcanoes are no
How many more
joke,
we got?
man.
Volcanoes are no joke, brother.
Mount Pele, the volcano on Marquette.
Very good at soccer.
Yep.
The Caribbean island, which was colonized by the French, May 1902, in the rivers of St. Pierre. The eruption produced a tsunami that flooded the city. On one side of the volcano collapsed, releasing boiling water and mud into the sugar farms and burying people alive. That sounds amazing. Killed
Way to- way to
29,000
go.
people.
29,000
Yeah.
people. Huh.
Yeah. 1985, Nevado del Ruiz killed 23,000 people.
So you started at the worst and are working your back
Yeah,
way.
they're working with
It's
them.
not
I
very,
don't know,
not a
I'm
very
just
good
reading
TV.
No.
Either way, I just thought it was kind of interesting.
Hey, but
Yeah.
and we were talking about. I mentioned Yellowstone. I mean that's a super volcano.
Actually, they don't think that one's ever going to explode.
That's not what I recently read.
I just read today that they don't think it's ever going to go
They don't
off.
think it's going to go off.
It could, but they
at
don't think it will.
any time in the near future. But
Yeah.
it has been more seismic activity on it now than in the previous 200 years. And if it ever did go off, we're dead.
Yeah.
We're all dead.
I mean, it's fine.
It's a planet killer. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just that one? Or are there
Yeah.
others around?
There's other super volcanoes, but it's potentially the
What
the
is
most
the
active.
biggest one in Hawaii, I forget what it's called now, is actually technically the tallest mountain because of how far down
So is this
into the
Hawaii?
It
Is
is.
it this island that it went off on? Is it like totally fucked forever?
No, actually, it's only, I was listening to it today, it's only 5 square miles that it's affecting.
I think
the whole island's like 300 square miles. It's 5 square miles.
Do
that
you
are
ever
ruined.
watch the news
Gotcha.
in the morning? Well, they'll have like.
I don't like that Hoda bitch.
No, come on.
Easy, that's her favorite.
But the guy that's there from the Today Show it literally looks like he's
Oh,
Yeah,
no,
right
yeah.
on it.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh,
Miguel Alvarez,
I'm
everybody the
300
same as-
yards away. I'm like,
I
bullshit,
believe so.
you are.
Yeah.
The lava changed recently. It was moving real slow, and now it's more like it's hotter and faster and more liquidy.
Well, I hate to insert
Just like after I had Taco Bell.
Yeah,
I hate
yeah,
to insert,
exactly.
I hate
Same
to
thing.
insert myself into your segment and correct you, but
Oh, it's fine.
Oh, God.
the name of the super volcano in Hawaii is Mount Kilauea.
Yeah.
You're so dumb.
Like, wasn't that an album by
Come on, I want to blow up.
Metallica?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Kilauea?
Come on, I want to blow up. I think it's that's its
Come on,
other
want to
name.
end this segment?
Way to crush
You
it.
know.
All right, my next
buy
science
into
segment will
those.
be 2 things,
All right,
not 10.
Not right
That
now
seems like
though.
a lot.
Can you
Will you
do
also read off a Wikipedia page like you did this?
Yeah,
read off a
maybe
Wikipedia page.
maybe give yourself some notes.
I did have notes
Can you
for
do
the first 5,
Can
and
you do
then I
a
gave
science
up.
segment where we can do a Facebook Live where it's like an active science
Ooh,
segment?
you mean a
Ooh,
science
like I gotta do a
experiment?
science
Best idea she's ever had on
Yeah.
this show.
Experiment,
Terrible.
yeah. That's you know what? Well, let's throw it to Missy, and that was it.
Yeah.
that was it.
That's when we bring the kids on. Let them do a science
I
experiment.
think it is time to throw it to Missy, though. So, Missy,
Let's do it.
you have been gone for what seems like months.
I
years
really
even.
thought she was out this time. I was about to come in and be like, "What the fuck did you do to your wife?"
No.
I punched her right in her nose.
Oh,
Accident, but she
bleed.
holds a grudge.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
So
I got nothing.
she's got nothing. So we're back. It's back to status quo now that she's back
Yep.
on. Bender,
You got all my stuff, man.
we got all your stuff.
Mm.
Nothing left.
Nothing left. I'm going to Branson this weekend.
Ooh, so
my,
exciting.
my daughters informed me earlier that Bender claims that Six Flags is like, or I'm sorry,
Silver Dollar City?
Silver Dollar City. What you called it?
It's Vegas for Christians.
Vegas
Homer
for Christians.
said that.
Oh,
Yeah,
the
Homer
said
Simpson,
it.
yeah.
Okay, all right. What about you?
Credit due. Well,
Yeah, Bender, Homer Simpson. Yeah.
Yeah, one and
well,
two.
the unlikely sweet Golden Knights
Bum,
are in the
bum,
Stanley
bum.
Cup final against the Washington Capitals.
How you feel about that?
Are you rooting for them?
Weird. I feel very weird about it.
Yeah, they haven't.
Is
They
that
earned their
the
stripes.
is that the pop culture equivalent of 3-6 Mafia getting an Oscar before Francis Ford Coppola?
I guess.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
50-plus years of hockey and no Stanley Cup.
Yeah.
And 1 year, and they're in the final. But I will say this. They need to watch out, because if they don't win this cup, the only precedence they have is the Blues, who then went on a big drought because they, in their debut. This is the first time.
On paper, I feel like, they did 3 years in a row. I feel like the Capitals are the favored team. They should win handily, but the Knights are kind of like Donald Trump at this point, where every time I thought they would just be totally, nope, not getting past that point.
They
keep doing it.
They have my proclaimed on this podcast favorite hockey player in Reeves on their team, so I'm rooting for him.
They do have Ryan Reeves scored the game-winning goal in Game 5 against the Winnipeg Jets.
Unlikely winner. Yeah, that'd be like
Great
Bender
player.
hitting a game-winning home run in softball.
Yeah.
Hey, I hit very well.
Did you hit a home run?
I've never hit a home run.
Be a lot like Bender hitting a game-winning home
Got
run.
really close. It'd be more like me catching, like
pop
robbing
fly
somebody of
of a
their
home
game-winning
run.
home
That
run.
would be-
That's a more accurate.
It's more likely that a ball will hit him in the head and Conseco itself over the fence.
Yeah. I'd be hitting the head and then it would pop up again and I would fall and it would land in my glove and then I would win and wake up in the hospital.
So, on that note, are you rooting for the Capitals or the
Yeah, I'm rooting for the
Knights?
Capitals.
All right.
Capitals are kind of like the Blues twin. You know, they've had their share of heartbreaks and they haven't never won a cup. And they've been around for a long time. So they got TJ Sochi.
Did you just say TJ Sochi?
I think it's Oshie.
Don't you remember when he won that
Sochi?
Shootout? Oh, he
They
was
started calling
Sochi?
TJ
Oh, okay,
Sochi?
that
Yeah.
makes sense. Yeah, I
I'm not
remember.
that big
That
of
was
an
in
idiot.
the Olympics, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, where they let him shoot like 13 times.
Was it
Yeah.
in Sochi?
It was. That's why they called
TJ
him
Sochi? It's TJ Sochi in Sochi in a shootout.
And
Hold your tongue and say that.
I want to give a shout out to our friends at the two guys.
Two
No
Guys,
Oh, I
No
did have
Guys.
one more thing.
Uh-oh, let's go ahead and do that real quick.
Finish your thing.
No, they're doing a segment inspired by me on their show now. So
Oh, when you co-hosted?
Is it a
I
short,
did-
angry
well, we
beaver
talked
that
about
they
that.
just let go?
You put it in the bag, shake it,
am
and
I
then dump
angry?
it out.
I'm not the angry.
I
sometimes.
think so. I think dark. I think that's a word
Yeah.
we've used to describe you. Negative.
Well,
I am definitely.
now that you know what they
negative.
do is they just lock a beaver in a room and just make it listen to like
I did go to a bar in
sad
Columbia.
90s grunge music for 6 hours and see what happens when they
That's
let
the
it go.
worst. I don't like grunge music. More like 80s hair metal, man.
No, that we're making this beaver angry.
Oh, this
Yeah,
beaver
we're making him
angry.
sad.
Oh, yeah.
Disgruntled.
What would make this beaver angry?
so angry.
While you're thinking about it, what did you
Watching Vanderpump Rules with my wife.
what do you have?
Oh, I got some beer from Against the Grain Brewery. It's one of my
Against the grain, yeah.
It's one of the top 5 or 6 breweries. I really enjoy everything
clever.
that they do. All their IPAs are really enjoyable. I got a from Friar Tuck's. I got their American Pale Ale. It's
Oh, I
called
like it,
America
yeah,
Pale
yeah.
Ale.
I like it.
Merca.
It's got the redneck and the hat.
Yeah,
it's
Well,
pretty
this
good.
particular 4-pack that I got was no good. Every one of them exploded. And they were like super, super hoppy. And I think last time we all got together, I was kind of drunk. And I got home, and I didn't drive. I got home, and I drank the last one, and it blew up again, so I was mad, and I tweeted them. I was like, hey, man, I love you guys, but this 4-pack is no good. And then, like, they jumped out, like, right away at me, and they're like, hey, sorry about that. Can you give me the barcode, day code on the bottom, and all this stuff, and where you got it?
You were an angry tweeter.
I am, sometimes.
You're going to be
so anyways,
good in the Democratic
so
Party.
then they were really cool. Sent me a little care package with a koozie, couple stickers,
Awesome.
an apology letter. What?
Handwritten?
Yeah, handwritten apology letter, and they're like, "Hope it doesn't turn you off." Thanks for and some sunglasses. I was like, "That's really cool of them." It
Yeah.
really was. And I tweeted out, said, "Thanks, you guys are a stand-up brewery."
Nice.
That was really nice.
Speaking of breweries, I don't know if you guys saw this too. This is the last thing, and then we're done. James Gunn came out and said that Star-Lord Peter Quill
Yeah,
was from St. Charles, Missouri.
Yeah.
To which two plumbers said maybe we should make a beer named after him. So I responded by
saw
saying,
this.
"Yeah, call it Star-Lord Stout."
Is it James Gunn or James Gum?
It's Gunn.
It's Gunn. Yeah.
2 N's.
Who's
It's not
more
1 M.
famous, James Gunn or James Gum from I'd Fuck Me?
James Gunn.
Yeah.
She bought a size 14.
Yeah, but so anyway, I said, yeah, call it Star-Lord Stout. And then I said, ... although I think with his personality, he's a little more hoppy. And they agreed. They said, we agree.
Aw, we got to get back up there.
Yeah,
we
I've
do.
never been there still.
Are you serious?
No, I'm lying to you. No, I'm
You-
serious. That's not something I would
Oh,
lie
you fucking
about.
had me.
Yeah, because he doesn't come out on my birthday. He's a dick.
Asshole.
We
I
did
did
go
come
to
out
your
on your birthday,
Yeah,
Jack.
we
We
did.
just couldn't stay the whole time.
I can't remember the early part of the night.
Yeah, that's
When you were
your-
sober?
Let's go back to these conversations about whether or not Bender is or is not an alcoholic.
I showed to that late part, and your
We
wife.
all have came to the consensus that I am.
Yeah.
Man, if Rachel had looks to kill, you would have been a fucking dead man right there.
She would be
Yeah.
an Uzi or a shotgun. Bang.
Yeah, she was.
What's
What
up
if
with
that thing?
Yeah, you got to know, how does it hang? And on that note, we are going
We're out.
We're going to say bye. So Tom,
Let's go blue!
Or capitals.
Arca,
Or sweet golden
and
eggs.
Melissa.
What about?
Well, he kind of
Hold
thought
on
he
to your
changed
butts.
it.
There you
Yeah.
go.
No. Bye.
God, that's
All
some
right,
least
so
enthusiastic
that,
call sign.
that movie or music is playing.
Better needs a new one.